back to another episode of the Open Mic Podcast with me, your host, Tom Hirst, brought to you by Richland Source Newsroom After Hours. Today we have Mr. Potent Studios, Mr. Lee McIntosh, Mr. Autopoxy, Mr. doing all the organizational things that just blew my mind in the downstairs garage underneath Richland Source. What other hats do you want to wear today, Lee?
Well, you put on the Harry Potter hat real
God
quick.
Now. Boom. Yeah, we'll throw that one out there.
Sure.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah,
if the kids don't know you at home, introduce yourselves. For whatever reason, they don't know you.
It's
ludicrous.
Wait, did you say my name? Did you say my name? Or did you say Mr. Potent Studios?
Yeah, I said your name, Daddy.
Okay. Well, do I need to talk about myself more?
You probably should.
All
Who
right.
knows what I actually said at this point in time?
I've already forgotten. Yeah, I do stuff.
Nailed it. All right. So you got a music video coming out.
Yes, that's... Yeah.
I think that's why we're here. Oh, man.
Yeah,
This
maybe.
is great.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, why not? Yeah.
So, realistically, though, is it a music video?
I'm going to cut together what you just said. So is it? I'm just going to turn that into an entire sample pack.
Please.
That's going to be your new intro song.
Please. Very Limp Bizkit themed.
I can hear it.
Yeah.
Schnozberries.
The Snosberries, baby. Oh my gosh. The
Gonna take off.
New ska Limp Bizkit rap core
That's
sensation.
what the Mansfield scene is missing.
Limp Bizkit core.
Said no one. There's probably, I'd say you could probably find like 3 people that'd be like, yeah, ska.
Yeah. I would be one of them because I love ska.
All right, you just got to find 2 people.
I feel like Jonathan Hape would back me up on this.
Probably.
And maybe Josh Arneson? Josh and Seth? They like weird music. They like...
that's a good question. Yeah. Would Josh be into ska?
I don't think Seth would, but Josh... I feel like I should know this. I feel like we've had this conversation. I feel like I've said
when I think about
like
Josh, I feel
times.
like the energy of ska, Josh wouldn't like. But the actual musicianship, he'd be like, nah.
Yeah.
It's got the energy and like caffeine of Josh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's accurate.
But I don't feel like he likes ska. That's my assumption.
Yeah.
I could be totally...
We'll go
could
with
be totally
that.
off base.
I don't really know anybody else that I can think of off the top of my head
The
that
only
would like
person
ska around
that,
here.
and I feel like either I'm getting this totally right or totally wrong, would be like Gage Goodwin.
I think he hates ska.
Okay.
We've talked about this before. Yeah. I'm fairly positive he loathes ska.
See, I was like, it's one or the other.
Yeah. It's either that makes perfect sense. I wonder if Bird likes ska.
I can see that.
Yeah, I feel like he probably doesn't as well. I feel like surprisingly most people don't like ska.
I personally don't find that surprising whatsoever.
I knew you were gonna. I don't understand.
You don't understand how you can't like ska?
I legitimately don't understand because it's the perfect mix of like upbeat punk.
Perfect is a strong word.
Big band horn sections with those counter melodies, the punchy, crisp trumpets, trombones over top of that, like kind of like dingy but clean, like reggae punk sound.
I feel like ska for me is it's like contextual.
Okay.
It's like if I'm playing Tony Hawk
Yeah.
all day.
Yeah, that's what you want.
If I'm not, never. It's like reggae.
Yeah.
Either I'm on the beach, reggae's fine. If I'm not, no.
See, I don't like reggae at all.
Okay, great.
Typically.
We found common ground.
Yeah. Nailed it. That was nice.
Yeah.
So what would you call what you're putting out? It's kind of almost like a short film, but technically a music video?
Yeah, I'd say it's both. It's like, the runtime is like 6.5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say it's...
Dang, is it really that long? I didn't realize it was that long.
Damn, I don't have time for that.
Damn. I don't think I can show up Friday. I don't know.
No, but yeah, I would say it's a short film. Yeah. I mean, it's more story-driven. It's like the first one. It's
yeah.
Totally story-driven.
But see, I would consider the first one more music video than short film. But I think...
I will say this. Yes, I agree, because the first one had him singing along to the track.
Yeah, right.
In this one, there is like...
It's kind of like the background track, really.
There is like 2% of the video singing, like mouthing the track.
Oh, you actually even is already...
There's like a moment.
Okay. I don't know if you showed me that part yet.
I don't even know if we had filmed that part.
The last time I saw it.
The last time you saw like the rough cut of it.
Okay. That
but
makes
yeah,
sense
basically it's like the continuation of the first one.
Yeah.
It follows like my character and his descent into madness, trying to like reconcile and make sense of like the ridiculous events that happened in the first one, and he just like
really
he finds the bottom.
Really hits the bottom hard.
Yeah. And it's his journey of hitting the bottom and then trying to actually crawl out of it.
Which I think what makes it interesting to me, and so many aspects of it from what I've seen already, what you showed me, but one, the first one is more of a music video to me, but I think it turns into a short film because of contextually what you do with the second one, right? And then also the way that you have pulled out, because it's very serious. I don't know.
I don't want to say too much.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know how much you want to say about this, but...
It is definitely a different tone. It's clearly a part of that world.
Yeah.
But in contrast to the first one is a comedy.
Yeah.
And the second one is a drama.
Yeah.
With like comedic moments still sprinkled in.
Yeah,
I think you'll
it's
still
more
laugh.
dark humor than anything with it. Like just
it goes a little bit darker.
Yeah, just because of the menacing aspects of it. Like like it's ridiculous on the surface, but when you think about it in context with the rest of the film, like it's very menacingly dark humor. Like
I think that was an interesting balance to try and find.
Yeah,
because you still want to hold on to like the ridiculousness of the first one.
Yeah.
But still weigh it a little bit more to the dramatic side.
Yeah.
Just because I think that hits harder.
Yeah.
Like in contrast when you have like ridiculous, funny, or over-the-top things, and then you just flip the switch as quick as possible, and then just sinks.
Yeah, you pull out the rug from underneath people's feet. You know?
It's just turning the dials like incredibly quickly, like emotionally.
Yeah, and you really do that well with this, is I think just completely blindside people with how
I think people
much of a contrast this is.
I mean, the trailer does like fairly accurately like communicate the tone of it. Even then I still think there are like some moments that people won't really.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Honestly, like it blew my mind. Like a lot of the things in that really blew my mind. Yeah.
Nice.
Like but yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to talk about it more and not give too much away, because
I was
Go ahead. Yeah.
No, I've been trying to. I spent like the last week like, okay, what do I talk about? Like, how much do I say about the thing?
Yeah.
Because right now, anyone listening is probably like, what the hell are they talking about?
Right. Especially the one part after the part that, you know,
and then the two. You get it.
Yeah. Especially that part. That.
I guess like I can talk about some of the themes within it. Like I said, it's like my character's descent into madness.
Yeah.
And it was probably like, we'll just take it back to the beginning, right?
Yeah.
We like started conceptualizing it in probably end of 2020.
Dang.
And started filming. We started filming, I think it was May of 2021. That was like the first. The whole thing was shot over 29 days separately.
Oh, wow.
I went back the other day and looked at like the folder structure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were 29 separate days that I went to the location to like try and get something.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, the video started out as just this. There was this one idea that it would just be like objects that would turn into Ori's face. That's pretty much like what it was. Like you would see a clock and it would swirl and it'd be Ori, and that's all it was.
Interesting.
And then just over
crazy.
Like trying to think of what other ways to do that. It eventually led to, oh, well, what if it's my character that just keeps seeing him? And I'm like, I can't get
you can't let it
Ori's
go.
character out of my head. I just keep seeing this weird ass dude popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
And then there was one story element that I won't go too much into that really, like, once that hit, then it was like, oh, okay, that's where we're going to end up. And that informed everything else story-wise.
Okay.
To lead to that point.
Yeah.
Which ended
I know what
up,
you're talking about now.
Yeah. Which ends
that
up...
thing that did the...
That thing that comes after... Yeah, you get it. But once I realized where it was going to end up...
Yeah.
Then it sort of became this thing, like a therapeutic thing, where I started finding ways to, like, put myself into it.
Yeah.
And, like... Things like you really got to dig deep for, you know. But it's true.
Yeah, right.
Like things from my past that I like just sneak in there.
Yeah.
That I get really emotional about. And again, I can't say much because I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah. No, I mean,
but anyway, it like became a conduit for me to like. It became a therapeutic thing for me to work through my own stuff.
Yeah.
And I think through that, the final thing, I think just becomes, I think it's a really honest, I think it's the most honest thing I've ever made.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it's
I could
genuine,
totally see that.
While also holding on to like being absurd.
Yeah.
But more or less from the trailer, you can kind of gather that this guy's going insane.
Yeah.
And he's isolated. He's cut off from the world. He's not taking care of himself.
Yeah.
He is truly going mad.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I guess like there are themes that we can talk about without giving too much away. And that would be like the isolation, what that does to a person.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Physically and mentally.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I've had things in my past that have like driven me into isolation, whether it's like the loss of a person or what have you, relationship stuff, whatever, everything that usually drives you there. And I ended up using that to fuel like certain story points in it. Which I think that's where the honesty came from. Is like,
right. No,
because you always hear like write what you know or like dig deep or find.
Yeah.
The most frustrating thing is like when people say find your voice. It's like I don't know
what does that
exactly what that means.
Right.
Because it is like what is
how, you can't quantify that. Like, it's
like
not really tangible.
Yeah. Is it a style? Well, not really.
No.
I mean, maybe, but
right.
And I think this one was like the first thing I made where I feel like maybe I got a glimpse of like what that meant to like find your voice.
Yeah.
And I think it more just comes down to being honest.
Yeah.
And vulnerable.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a hard thing to quantify.
It really is. It's Because I mean, you know, there's a million different ways to do something.
Right.
To a million different ways to skin a cat, right?
Yeah.
Start at the tail. You can,
Start at the tail.
Everybody usually knows that you start at the tail, but whatever, you know.
It's common knowledge, but whatever.
Yeah, you know, the circles I run through, you know, like.
Is that your Rome skinning a cat?
Skinning a cat.
And
yeah.
It's like,
when in Rome.
Yeah. What is truly the best way?
Yeah. Well, you know, it's kind of the question that's driven my life's work. Yeah.
I can see
anyway,
that.
But yeah, no, like I always think about it like the concept or the idea in skateboarding. Skateboarding's real popular, and it was very impactful when I was younger on me because all the kids that I hung out with, they all skateboarded, so by proxy I did. And there's always the theme of like, you know, you can kickflip, anybody can ollie or whatever, but the style is what really mattered. You know how like
that is true.
The way you know
You're
kick
like
the board. Is people notice that a lot more. It really stands out. You know, you can flip a board anyway, but like the way you actually kick it, how you flow with it, how comfortable you are, so many different things. I think that really lends to the idea of finding your voice. If
now
you
that
will,
you mentioned
you
it,
know?
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, with that, I really do completely agree with you. This is definitely. I mean, Jake. I was talking to Jake. I think they were on the podcast last week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think he said something semi-jokingly but serious at the same time because I agree with it. This is your magnum opus, you know. Definitely, like you.
Wait, did you all mention it on the?
I think we did. I don't know if we mentioned it on there or outside of it when we weren't recording.
Oh, word.
It all kind of blurs together, you know.
Right.
But no, it's definitely honesty and transparency. But while like, yeah, it's very difficult to be able to take personal life experiences, storytelling, and genuine good creative art and mix them together, you know, because you know that's how art is translated the best is its relatability, you know, and being able to, for whatever reason, being yourself is difficult in creative spaces. It's so much easier just to copy somebody else's style, you know, but I think in this, you have touched on all three of those. Like you said, the best that you've done so far. Like what I've seen of this so far, it's yeah. You're really highlighting. I mean, just the growth from like Algebra 1 was fantastic. Like such a great, silly but awesome music video. Like it's fantastic. But taking that concept and then growing it isn't really the proper word, but like turning it into taking it in the direction that you have with this is next level. Absolutely next level. It's fantastic what I've seen of it. I genuinely don't think I'm talking it up too much either. Like yeah, it definitely brought me to tears the first time I saw it. It's really, really good, man. I'm very excited for everybody to see it.
Dude.
Yeah.
Me too. Speaking of Rome,
yeah,
this did kind of become that for me. As like weird as it is, I became obsessed with like continuing whatever this is.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you can ask Ori. It's like okay, all right, Lee. I don't think he never acted that way.
He's very good about that if he feels it.
No.
Yeah, he's good at he's good at hiding. Yeah.
I know what you mean. But yeah, for whatever reason, I became obsessed with these three characters.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, for whatever reason, I feel like there's something to expand on. And yeah, it's just...
Well, I think it also personifies a great dynamic that you three had as a band, and also highlights a specific time in your life where things were a certain way, I know I get very hyper fixated on certain aspects of my life, like when we were having game night at Josh's house all the time, back when I lived with John over at Maple,
Right.
Even though I wasn't doing well mentally in a lot of ways and at a lot of different directions I could have went with life, and a lot of directions that I just sat on and didn't do anything with, but even in that time, as bad as I was at time mentally and just gave up in a lot of ways, it was still a time in my life that I look back on extremely fondly because of the dynamic that I had with John and Josh and that whole crew of hanging out with them every Monday night and playing games and you know what I mean, just that kind of camaraderie. So I wonder if that has something to do with it, that like that era of autopoxy.
That's a good question. In a way, yes. And in a way, I feel like it almost marked a change in it, because that is like the last thing collectively we made, like with Alex, like officially a part of the band, like we're a two-piece now.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
There's definitely like moments when we were working on it together, because it was usually either probably like 95% of the video I filmed by myself.
Yeah.
Which has its own challenges that I can go into. But then it was usually me and Alex or me and Ori, and there were like a couple VFX shots that were like the three of us.
Yeah.
I definitely think there is like a nostalgic element to it. That's a good question.
Hey. I did not prepare for this episode.
Dude, I tried to for the past week. And I was like, okay, I'm just going
to... wing it. It's kind of the best way.
I might have to think about that one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I know like... I mean, especially with the part of... At the end of that part that you can't say, it's almost like... That to me makes me think of that is kind of what you're doing subconsciously even more.
I could see that.
Right. Immortalizing that time in your life of that level of creativity and camaraderie,
Yeah.
Holding on to it in a way, not in a bad way. Or
I wish I could say more.
I know, right? Because
there's so much like good things I want to go into, which, and I can ask you about this.
Yeah.
So, event Friday the 9th.
Yeah. Friday night the 9th.
Friday, February 9th.
It's going to be grand.
It's going to be...
Everybody's going to love it.
At Relax, we're going to do like a showing thing. And I'm trying to think like how far I want to take it.
Okay.
But I'm thinking after the showing, I might go into more of the things I haven't been able to talk about here.
Yeah. Do like a kind of little...
like a little TED Talk maybe?
Yeah, a little talk, little quesquestionnaire, little...
Yeah.
Little toasty,
we'll see what the vibe in the room is. If people are in for it, then... Because there were some good Easter eggs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's probably at least like 10 or 12 things that I don't think people would pick up on.
Okay. Yeah.
Even after like the third or fourth viewing, be like,
nice.
Oh.
Nice.
There's a lot of that.
Nice.
Which I'm
that's exciting.
Pretty happy with.
Oh, now I know what to look for.
No. Do you though?
I don't, but I do know that I need to be looking. And that's half the battle.
Yes. But, I mean, I can talk about a little bit about making the thing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Go into that because I have no idea how any of that stuff, even especially the VFX stuff, like,
dude, none of that
really makes sense.
Some shots I want to talk about.
Yeah,
because we spent a while figuring out how to do it practically, and I'll probably show like some slides and videos of like behind the scenes at the event.
Yeah,
because it's pretty funny.
Even
I had to put Ori through some things.
The
to
leaf blowers
get the shot.
and
yeah. But yeah, the biggest challenge was a lot of it I just filmed by myself. and this was one of the first projects too, I think, that I really tried to teach myself like lighting. I knew like basics and things, but I never really allotted myself to like experiment.
Yeah.
Like the opening scene, I think I went back to that apartment like 4 different days just to try and get it right. Or, that was a big part of it.
Yeah.
Also being indecisive with different angles and things like that. I was like, why is this not looking right? This looks stale or flat.
Yeah.
And I will say it usually just came down to depth. It's like if something wasn't looking right, I would say like the first checkbox to look for is there depth in the frame. Is there, fore, middle, background. Because otherwise it just looks flat. So it was a lot of experimenting with that and lighting, how each... This is my favorite part. I'm jumping around so much.
You're good.
But this is why I love film, is because there are so many parameters to adjust to create that emotion. From like the lighting to where the camera is to how close the camera is, how the camera moves, what the color of the scene, like all of these things play in to craft this like one very specific, like that's what I want to get across. I think that's why it took me so damn long. Is because for one, I set the bar too high for myself. Yeah. I mean, which is good in that like you have something to strive for that's beyond you. So no matter what, it's going to push you to go higher. Right. But I set like a ridiculous standard, like, this needs to look like Blade Runner, which is absolutely insane. And even now, like, there are shots I'm not satisfied with. Yeah. But I was like, okay, I'm going to take my time on this thing, and like, I'm not going to finish it until it is like, I feel like I at least raised my own bar. Yeah. So I like, the first day of shooting was like May of 2021, and the last day of shooting was, it may have been like April, and then like May of 2023. So it was like about 2 years of filming. And there were periods there where I did take a break. Yeah. You used to have to step away. Yeah. And then come back with fresh eyes. And sorry, I tend to do this. I tend to like try and grab these thoughts that are just zipping by my brain and just need to stay.
There's so much to it.
But yeah, I had beat myself up for a long time of like, no, you need to finish this. You need to like do something. But again, like, I gave myself the time to teach myself how to do the different things. Yeah. And there's one shot that is in the trailer where it's like the spinning room. And I shot that by myself, all except for like one part of it, because it's like 4 or 5 different shots that are like stitched together where I'm like in each room. So I had bought like a gimbal and it's like the RS2, I think, DJI. But you can control it through an app on your phone with a PS3, PS4 controller. Okay. So I was like, okay. So whenever I would do that shot for each room, I would like hide the controller next to me, and I'd set up the camera, I'd run back in the room, get into frame. I would hide the controller somewhere. I would like push the joystick and then wait for it to come around and be like, okay, act now. Yeah. And then like for each room, I probably did that like 20 or 30 times. And the frustrating thing about using that app is you can't use the D-pad. You have to use the joystick. So if you're like slightly angled down, it spins at like a different rate. And you can't set like a consistent. Oh, that's at least at the stage the app was at the time. Right. I don't know if it's different now, but I haven't used it. So that was one of the challenges, figuring out how to do that by myself. Oh, that's and still get a performance, because you're toggling that brain of like, you need to get the timing right, the framing, the lighting. Also throughout the entire video, side note, I am spritzing myself with a water bottle the entire time. So that was the other thing I had to hide. I'd like, all right, get myself all sweaty and
Lathered
gross
up.
looking. Yeah, hide the bottle, grab the controller, move it, wait for it to come around or start acting, and then guess.
As to where.
Yeah, it's like, is it gone? And sometimes it wouldn't be. It's like, you stopped midway, and then you'd have to do that again.
Oh.
So I had to do that for like the kitchen, the living room, the bedroom, the bathroom.
Oh my gosh. All the while keeping in character and not being too frustrated with the.
Yeah, and there was one thing where I tried to be a little too slapstick with it, and I tried so many times. The one where it goes by the living room, and he's like firing the gun off everywhere. I tried to do where he keeps firing and then he falls over the back of the couch. So I like threw myself off the back of the couch probably like 15 times.
Oh my gosh.
And every time it wasn't funny. But I was like, no, this is like what I...
This is the right shot.
Yeah, this is what has to happen. It's like my knees were... Which is another thing we can actually get into is... Which I found... I found that I like had like a direction, right? Like this is what I want to happen.
Yeah.
And I held myself too strictly to that, like with the couch thing, like where, this is the comedic moment that I have to do.
Yeah.
And there were several scenes that I tried to do that and it hurt me. Primarily in like one of the final scenes. I was like, no, this has to be one shot. This has to be a one-er tracking shot. And the character needs to go from this emotional point to this, to this, to this.
Okay.
Within a span of like 25 seconds, which is insane. And like basically not possible while still being believable.
Yeah.
And I tried that for like a day. By a day, I mean like 2 or 3 hours probably.
Yeah.
And then we went back a second day and was like, okay, let the camera roll and just go through those emotional states as you naturally would like try and just be in that moment. And it turned out so much better, like emotionally. Yeah. Yeah. Even visually, it was better than sticking to the one idea I had. So I think that's one thing I found is like, have a vision and a plan is great. Yeah. But if you don't let it swerve and veer off of that, you close yourself off to like better options.
When you almost lose the genuineness of the performance by
100%.
Sticking to this rigid vision idea that you have that you don't even actually know if it was going to work out or not. But instead you had the vision and then you interpreted it real time and you allowed yourself to just... You used your voice.
It's true though. Because had I stuck to that, it was. I mean, I had cut it in the first time. I was like, this is not working. Also, timing wise, because there's also things that I wanted to hit specifically at different parts of the song. Yeah. So in trying to act that out, one of the final scenes, like we had like a speaker playing, and you're hearing like. You're trying to like go physically act it, but listen for, okay, we're at this bar. I need to be at this emotional state. And then at this bar, I need to have come to this place. Yeah. It's like, I'm not DiCaprio here. Another thing I set the bar way too high for. It's like, I'm not.
This is your foray into serious
like, dude,
acting.
Be gentle on yourself. It's like, especially when you're trying to get to like an emotional state. Yeah. And you get frustrated and angry, and you're like, I have this. It needs to be this. Yeah. When it's like, it can waver. It can. Yeah. Yeah. So I think just creatively, I think I learned some of that stuff through making this. Because I think I do tend to be that way. Yeah. I mean, you've probably experienced me that way, where it's like, no, like this is. Which is good to have a goal. It's like, this is where I want to end up. Yeah. But being so rigid to it. Yeah. And almost always hurts like the final product. Yeah.
It's I tend to do that with like productivity within a band setting. Instead of worrying about having fun actually what you're doing. I'm worried about, no, we need to like be writing, and like we have to like we got to make progress with this.
Dude,
like we got to
tough.
stop wasting time. So like,
dude,
yeah, I completely get it. Like
that juggling act is really hard.
Yeah. And it kills, like you said, you're needing to be, I need to be this emotion here and this emotion here, but you're frustrated that you're not getting to this emotion here and this emotion here, therefore you're not able to get any other emotion but frustration. And so it kind of just like you're shooting yourself in the foot when you're trying to sprint a marathon.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Because also, like, in that scene where I'm trying to get to those places, we revisit the bike trail from the first video. So it's like I'm acting out with Alex, Ori's on the camera, and people are, I put up signs, but people are still just like doing their thing. So you're trying to like get to that place, and then just someone like walks their dog at like 0.3 miles an hour, and you're just in this ridiculous get up with like cameras and like a lighting and like a bounce card, whatever. And then it's a lot of
57, 60-year-old women walking their schnauzer, poodle, whatever things, or just staring at you like you're some maniac. And
yeah, pretty much. It's like, what are these guys doing?
Yeah, getting into that mental space for acting. What did it start taking you? At what point did you start what point did it start clicking? You know, of like, this is how I get myself to be a different character and a different feeling and a different emotion on camera, on cue, while separating myself physically, my wants, my needs, my persona.
I would say for this particularly, it's probably easier for me than if I was to hop on someone else's project.
Okay.
Because there are moments, I would say through a lot of it, I am hamming up some of it.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is just me.
Yeah.
So
okay, it made it a lot easier to translate.
Yeah. It was like, I'm not necessarily playing a character. I'm just playing myself in that
role,
heightened state.
Yeah.
Like, this is where I would be mentally, and this is how I would act.
Yeah.
So that made it a little bit easier. I use like other cues and things like that.
Yeah.
Like just mental sparks. Of things that have happened to me or anything like that, just to jumpstart.
Yeah.
I'd used other songs. There are some songs where I purposely don't listen to them very often because like I can play it and within like 3 seconds it's like it gets me good.
Waterworks.
So yeah, it was a little bit. It was easier and harder, and easier in that to get there, I'm just playing myself. I'm not trying to like convey too much of a different character.
Yeah.
It is definitely a played up character, but it's so close to me emotionally that wasn't too much of a stretch.
Yeah.
But also difficult in that it was me. So like... which fed into like the vulnerability of it.
Yeah.
It's like, these are actually like my emotions.
Yeah. Which makes it, even though whether people realize that or not, it makes it so much harder to be transparent in that moment on screen.
That, and also the appearance in this is also the most vulnerable I've been publicly
ever.
Probably ever. It's like the trailer is just me and tidy whities.
Yeah.
Soiled tidy whities. Just sweaty, gross, disheveled. But that's what made sense. It's like I knew I wanted the character to go to rock bottom. Like what is this character's absolute limit at this time?
Yeah.
And you know, like within art, whatever, it's like nudity conveys vulnerability, like all that kind of stuff. It's like, I don't want to push it there, but it's like, how close can I
tidy whities
get to that? Which is also challenging because it is an absurd look.
Yeah. And you don't normally wear tighty whities on a regular basis. So.
No. Never. But, which I think that's maybe something I think is a little special about it is that visually it is ridiculous. Yeah. But I think it is balanced out with like, man, I kind of feel bad for this guy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like he's in like a bit of a way.
Yeah.
And I think that is one of the things that, because it was so close to me, helped me like commit to it.
Yeah.
If that was someone else's project, I'd be like, this is freaking ridiculous. I look absurd. This is hard to take this guy seriously.
Yeah.
But I think, connecting those dots mentally helped me get to that place.
Yeah. Catching the vision off the front. You know?
Which, this is the thing I meant to bring in and show you.
Oh, yeah.
As there were a few props that I made for this video.
Okay.
And one of them, one of the most ridiculous ones is the underpants. And you might, if you really look...
if you really hold them and study these...
there are 4 stages of underpants in this video.
Okay.
I tea-stained 4 different sets of underwear. Each one more soiled than the last. Which if anyone like looked in my kitchen window at the time, they would have been like, this dude is a psychopath. I'm in my kitchen boiling underwear. But I think it works.
Oh, absolutely.
Because when you watch it, that was one of the other challenges is like I need to convey like a passage of time fairly quickly. Mm-hmm. You need to feel like you spent some time with this guy in a short span while still holding that pacing of it not feeling too quick or not too drawn out.
Yeah.
So I tried to use little subtle cues that maybe you wouldn't even notice, but you like felt.
Yeah, yeah.
And one of it was like, this dude just gets more and more gross
as it goes on
over the course of like the first like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I meant to bring those in and show you because it is ridiculous.
Yeah. Very.
But it works.
Yeah.
I think it works.
Yeah. Oh, it absolutely does. Because it's definitely, now that you're saying it, again, I haven't seen it in its entirety, but I've seen a lot of it.
You're probably like one of maybe 8 people that have seen it.
Oh, that's a little more than I was hoping. I'm not that special anymore.
Well, I'm accounting for people Ori may have shown.
That's fair. That's fair.
So
yeah, who knows?
In my mind, you're probably like may have like 4 people.
Yeah, that's better.
Like you, Josh.
Yeah, that's better. But anyway,
I want to be special.
I want to be special. I just want to be special, man. I want to be special. But in my mind, from like the shots that everything that I remember of seeing it, like he does progressively get gross fast over the span of it, and it carries that feeling very well.
Yeah, it's
very well isn't
I am
a
interested
great
to see how like
of it, but like
I'm interested to see how different people react to it or how the pacing feels to different people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen it so many times now that...
Right. Well, and that's, again, the very challenging aspect of creating on a grand scale like this is, it's a cliche. You never know when to actually release something, because it's your baby. It's never done, yada, yada, right? But at the same time, you also aren't realizing how close you're getting to it and how comfortable you are with it, so you don't even know sometimes if, like you're saying, the spacing even makes sense, if the pace, the tempo is actually moving along while everything is staying cohesive, because you know what to expect next, what the transition is, what technical aspect you did here and why this pacing makes sense to do this there, so like, yeah, I think definitely from your perspective, from my perspective, but even more from your perspective, it's going to be very, very fascinating to see how people perceive this because of how close you've gotten to it over
for sure
3 years, you know?
Yeah. Also, it'll be cool to see what each person takes from it.
Yeah.
Because there's still a lot that's just left open. I do feel like it has a satisfying arc and a close, and it feels like a contained thing.
Yeah.
But there's a lot that I think it leaves you with thinking, like, I don't know. I feel like there's...
Yeah.
It's one of the first things that I feel like there's like layers to it.
Yeah.
And you can just dig however deep you want to go with it.
Yeah.
As far as like different themes that are
No, absolutely.
snuck in there. And
absolutely. I think I think people are going to love it. It's fantastic. And people are going to be blown away by, again, it's just the next level from algebra. It's professionally, thought-provokingly, execution, like all of it is next level for you. I really do believe that.
I bounce back and forth between like, this is the best thing I've ever made.
Yeah.
And what the hell?
This is garbage.
As far as like when I think about how people are going to perceive it, it's like you spend so long on a thing that's 6.5 minutes long, and you'll be like, it's going to end, and people are going to be like,
cool.
Nice.
Yeah, that was nice, Lee. Good job, buddy.
No, that was great. Yeah, no, that was great.
Yeah. Which is torturous in itself. Like the idea that you spend so much time on something that it's like, was this as good as I think it is? Or is this actually just garbage and I'm like nose blind to my own stench, you know? Like,
right.
Right. Like, yeah, I hate that feeling, but I don't believe that's the case here.
I've grown like more and more confident in it.
Yeah.
But it's still, that's still kind of lingers around. But
is this still going to be a trilogy?
I haven't announced anything yet.
Okay.
But
or is it? Was I not supposed to say that?
No, you can.
Okay.
I would like it to be.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, you're already on the journey that you initially told me about.
Let's go and start talking up the third. And
you already told me.
That'll come out in the next 7 years.
Yeah. No.
Which is crazy to think about that it's been 7 years.
Since Algebra?
Yeah.
One?
Yeah.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah, it's like
No.
It came out 2017. December 20th, like 23rd of 2017.
Wow.
So just over.
Math is hard.
6 years?
Yeah.
Just over 6 years.
Wow.
Oh.
Stupid.
Wackadoodle.
That's crazy. Well, you did all the hard leg work for this one.
Yeah. Well, what we want to do...
The next one's insane. Yeah, I know.
Because the first one, like I said, is like a comedy. The second one's like a drama, but still comedic.
Yeah.
And the third one, when we get to it, will be like action.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're already doing some of the hard work with your recent life changes. So, I mean... You're already there.
That is actually the motivation.
No, I remember that conversation we had years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
so the second one was to be like, this character is like in his worst shape. And the third one, he is going to be in his best.
Yeah. Rambo shit.
It's like Rambo. Which is wild. It'll probably take another 45 years.
Yep. Nah.
But yeah, the third one is going to be over the top action, ridiculous, while still holding on to like the comedic and dramatic elements. So each time we add and don't take away. Yeah. But it is going to become more ridiculous. Like there will probably be wire work and like stunts and like choreography.
Yes.
And like
holy crap.
How close to like Matrix level can we get?
Oh, man.
So that's where it potentially is going.
I have so many
I want there to be a third. I don't know what it would be called.
So many questions that I can't ask because of it would just reveal too much of the second one. But so many questions. Like That means no. Okay, yeah.
That is another thing I'm interested if people like are curious that much. But like, there are some elements that you could like go into fan theory land with.
Yeah.
Because who is this dude?
Yeah, you've created this like faceless character essentially, or like backgroundless character.
What is Ori's character? Is he? Is this messenger? Is he a menace? Is he like well-intentioned? Is he just really bad at his job, whatever that job is? Like, there are so many questions, which is one of the reasons why I think I became obsessed with this. It's like, this is so visually absurd, but why? And it could be a thing of like me infusing meaning into something, or like trying to latch on to some conduit to like get out whatever emotions of myself or deal with my own stuff, because
but I mean that's just creating in general,
right?
Yeah, right. That's always just the basis of creating. So I mean, whatever he turns. Do you watch? Have you watched Gravity Falls? You seen that show? That cartoon?
I think I watched like one episode. I think Jacob mentioned it to me.
Dude, it's so good. But there's an episode where there's time travel involved, and he comes from a realm where they're like essentially like time cop essentially type idea, but like but he comes back and he's just really bad at his job and he screws everything up, and like he loses his means of travel, and like so that's what it made me think of with Ori's character. If he was just like just kind of a doofus, but but he just like looks super epic and like shows off like it's just super flashy, but he's actually a doofus, but he wants everybody to think he's really cool and good at what he does, but the entire time is just a massive screw up.
There are elements that I think would be really funny, like like if I have a montage where I'm like getting built to like face off with this dude, but if my character is like always like trying, is like very stone-faced, and through whatever fight sequences they are, or he still just has that like smirk. He's just locked in, which would be so ridiculous. It'd be insane.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I would love for it to go there. But I won't do anything until it's like okay, I feel like this actually went somewhere. Either like incredibly satisfying or meaningful, or it's got to feel like it's got to have bones to it, right? It's got to have weight.
At least give it its due diligence of marketing and pushing it and promoting it to the world. I mean, you owe yourself that much with the amount of time that you've put into it. Like that not going anywhere.
For the premiere, I hope people come out for it.
It would be, they should.
February 9th.
February 9th.
But
they better.
But I'm expecting like 6. You and I being one of the 6. So we got 3.
Mallory will be there.
Ori. Great.
4.
Just
Jake
2
and Joe will be there. Well, they'll probably be a little late, but Jake and Joe will be there.
Credits are rolling. They walk through the door.
The Henrys show up.
All right, run it back.
Sick. When are you about to play it, Lee?
I'm halfway into the behind the scenes audio commentary.
We love you, Jake and Jill.
So much.
So much. Especially for how late you are. All the time.
That's why we love you.
That's mostly why we love you. We get to enjoy you in segmented breaks of... Anyway, but no, February 9th, there's going to be a lot more people there than I think you realize. And
I hope so.
Yeah.
It's going to be free popcorn.
Nice. Suit and tie, black suit and tie.
The most elaborate gown you have.
Yeah. Table set up with like fancy...
red carpet.
Right,
it's going to be a limo.
Oh, you should get a red carpet. put a red carpet in the
Just the front.
105 side of Relax by where
To
people
the
order
street,
coffee.
whatever?
Yeah, to the street. Yep. All right up there.
All right.
Yeah.
I have thought about doing.
Please do it.
I'm back and forth on how ridiculous to make the event.
Yeah, of course.
It's like, do I do like a cardboard cutout of Ori with like the face cut out, and you take pic?
Yeah, you have to. That's possible. Can that be made before? Like, we have a week. Like, is that?
I don't think I could order it, but I have an idea on how to Jimmy rig it, and that's basically going to the library, printing off 8x11s, and like gluing those onto cardboard, then cutting the cardboard out.
Oh, we need one. I want a real one.
We could probably make it happen.
I want a real one.
I want a real Ori.
I want a real Ori. I want him right in my room.
So yeah, that might happen.
That would be sick. You have a week, Lee.
I know.
I think you need to do the most ridiculous things that you come up with in order to contrast the dramatic aspects of the video.
I'm going to need an entire staff.
Jill.
Creative director and board.
Jill's an entire staff all on herself for things like this.
That is true.
Yeah, she's fantastic at this stuff.
Like, Jill, how did you do this?
No,
this isn't humanly possible, but somehow
it's a superpower,
this happened.
And I'm in awe of it every time I get to
100%
witness it.
100%.
I had to contrast the late comments earlier. Suck it, Jake.
We can't all be perfect.
You're lucky. You married Jill. That's your comeuppance.
Come on. Yes.
But yeah, no, it needs to be ridiculous. Yeah, popcorn's great.
Popcorn is great.
Are you getting a popcorn machine? Do you know somebody who has one?
It. The only thing I think about is like the Ren. Would be like the closest black box.
Yeah, maybe they have one. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure there's like a party rental place around here.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't know if Easy Party Rentals is still in business, but
then we get into money.
Yeah. Who can you?
That was there.
Maybe the Warehouse I think has one.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
I don't really know anyone over there.
No, bummer.
Either way, there'll be bags of popcorn.
Popcorn. There needs to be popcorn. Yeah.
No.
I'm trying to think what else you would do at something like this.
Dude, right? Because it's like... Yeah. But I think I am going to lean more into the ridiculous and like...
Good.
Just make it fun.
Yeah.
Because the other part of me is like, show up, play it, and be like, all right, thanks for coming. This is the thing I did.
Yep.
Bye.
Adios.
But...
Yeah.
I think leaning into it would be more fun. And
yeah. No, I think it, absolutely needs to. Yeah, absolutely needs to.
Okay.
At least like, even like, at least for sure you talking about everything at the end, pointing stuff out. You could even do Q&A if you want to. I'll
fill out the room for that one.
What was that? What was that show with where they would interview the actors and they would also always ask them what their favorite cuss words were? You know what I'm talking about? Oh, never mind. Well,
sounds great though.
Yeah, well, do something like that.
All right, send it to me later.
Okay, I'll probably forget after this.
I've already forgot.
Whatever.
What are we talking about? Why are we here?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Math.
That's
why we're here.
And stuff.
Yeah, math. It's the algorithm states.
It's a lyric.
We do more than. So tell us about the song. That's one aspect that we could probably talk about without giving away too much. True. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yes. The song is an adjusted remix of a previous remix that is actually on SoundCloud.
What did you just say?
It's a remix.
Are you talking about my mortgage or like?
So we're gonna refinance this song
Adjusted
into a 7/30. All right. I don't know if that's a real.
Dude, it sounded real. You should have went with it. You nailed that.
10. But yeah,
Algebra.
Yeah, it is a remix of Algebra, but it's so different that I feel like it merits being its own theme.
Yeah.
Thing. There's a version of it on SoundCloud that's faster. And this is like a slowed down, chill, ish version of that.
Yeah.
And most of the vocals are just kind of like chopped up.
Yeah.
The song was probably adjusted over the course of like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Slowly.
Yeah. Did you start forming it to fit scenes instead of the other way around?
At the very end, I had to extend it for one scene.
Okay.
Which I did like the last couple weeks of December.
Yeah.
Just recently. Yeah, I had a whole nother bar to like the last chorus.
Okay.
Because that was that one scene I was talking about emotionally to go through this arc.
Yeah.
I was trying to fit it into this.
Okay.
And then letting the emotion play out.
Yeah.
It's like now this feels
the pacing's
so the song had to be adjusted to what the acting was.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of a back and forth.
That's
like,
cool.
The song and the video are very much like married together.
Yeah.
And one is built for the other.
Okay.
Obviously built off of each other, but then this would inform that. Okay, that needs to change here. And
yeah, because that's the one thing I wasn't really sure of is I think on the surface, from everything I've seen, it kind of was like one. You have the song. The song was just there to facilitate the video, the footage, the story. But it sounds like you were saying, one is facilitating the other, and one they're actually completely intertwined.
Oh, for sure. Because at first starting off, and I think this comes back to like the process and letting things inform each other. Yeah. Because for this video, and I think even for the first one, I start pretty much every music video out with like a video that's just text outline. It's like, it's just text on the screen that says this happens. Yeah. And this happens. So I try and time out a little bit of the story, so I have somewhat an idea
like
of pacing.
Silent film type.
Sort of. Yeah. But even that, like once you film something, what you thought was going to be this long is now crammed down into that, or what you thought was going to be this now gets extended. Yeah. So, and maybe I'll play like the initial outline to show like how much the first version changed from the last. Maybe I'll do something like that. But where was I going with this?
I don't know. Music, songs informing.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
And then like through editing, you kind of latch on to certain things in the song. Oh well, this could sync up with that, and this, or it cuts to black on this hit. Yeah. There's definitely some of that where it is syncopated with the song. Yeah. Which again, I feel like makes it feel like one thing rather than a video on top of a song.
Yeah.
Feels like a
like a skin suit,
like a
musical
song
skin
video
suit.
skin suit. That's a good band name.
Musical skin suit. Yeah.
Or just skin suit. That sounds like a 90s like grunge band, maybe.
Skin suit. Yeah.
Like a
well, it sounds like Andy Dwyer from Parks and Rec,
or that
one of his bands that one scene where he's just rapid firing all the names that they had. Skin suit.
Right.
I feel like is one of those.
You're right.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Nailed it.
But yeah, the song is also going to come out February 9th.
Perfect.
So that'll be on Spotify and all that jazz.
Yeah, but it's not jazz.
It's not jazz.
Progressive rock funk.
No.
No.
It's like down tempo.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is it actually?
Chill.
I was trying to describe it to Mallory earlier when we were talking about it. And I was
it's like down tempo, chill, electronic, indie. Maybe.
Keep going. There's more in there. Keep reaching.
It's probably the slowest song we've ever made.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really feel like it.
No. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, it's like down tempo, chill, electronic,
indie.
Yeah.
I don't. What is indie?
It's
anymore?
not.
What is
it's
indie?
not though.
It's not really. No.
I don't really know anymore.
No,
it's like
knows.
I think of like a certain genre of like alternative rock or like
yeah. It's
I more think of like
folk alternative rock is what comes to my mind. You know, like the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. Maps.
I forget what they even sound like.
Indie.
Duh. What they sound like?
Yeah, duh.
It sounds like an indie band.
Yeah.
They nailed the name for an indie band.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see what you did there. I see you. I notice you. You're seen.
I am seen. Anything else important to talk about with this music video? I feel like there was something else that I wanted to say, and I don't remember it now.
I don't know, for the event. Oh, no, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to know more about the event because I want it to be ridiculous, and I'm excited. I'm here for it, as the Chitlins would say.
So I did print off a poster.
Okay.
Hopefully that gets here in time.
Yeah, that's right. You were telling me about that, dude.
Yeah. So
right.
I'm probably going to have both posters there and do like a double feature.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Are you just going to play Algebra and then Algebra 2?
There is going to be like a slightly adjusted cut.
Okay.
Between like the first and the
prologue.
second. Yeah. So like obviously cut out the credits and they'll like butt up to each other.
Sick.
Probably be like a transitional sound or something like that. But yeah, it'll feel more like hopefully one thing.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited for this.
But I'm thinking I might want people to like sign the second poster. Okay. So like as people come in, they can just sign. So whoever was at the event was like, oh, nice.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It's like a nostalgic.
Yeah. I
don't know.
Right.
Thing. So probably do that. I thought about setting up some. I don't know if this would be interesting at all.
Whitey tighties. You could have people sign the whitey tighties as well instead.
It's not on the poster, unfortunately. I know.
Damn it. Anyway, what was the thing that you were gonna say before I got disappointed?
I thought about putting out like other props or because there's a lot of behind the scenes footage.
Yeah.
That I just haven't done anything with the first one.
Yeah.
So I thought about putting up either like iPads where people could like look through.
Oh, okay. Oh,
photos.
Yeah, that would be interesting actually.
Have headphones by them so you could listen to behind the scenes videos or something.
Yeah. Almost like a gallery.
Yeah. So treating it more as art thing.
Oh, I like that a lot. That's a cool idea.
Word.
I mean, you could also do the QR code idea as well with that.
That's true.
Right. I mean, iPads would be great, but like you also have to trust people that they're not going to drop them or be stupid, you know.
Yeah. It'll be on table on a stand.
There you go.
That'll be fine.
Yeah, that works.
I thought about doing that. I thought about building a shadow box and putting like Ori's outfit like pieced, like immortalized.
Yeah.
Again, over the top.
Yep, I love it.
Over the top.
That's sick.
Whether that'll happen or not. I don't know.
That would
Maybe
be
I'll
sick.
just have Ori wear it. He'll stand in the corner and just the entire time just, like, take photos of him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, that's not going to happen.
Get one of those trendy faux neon light signs that says Algebra 2, and then have Ori just standing there dressed up with it, so you can take pictures with him.
Yep. We joked about putting him in the back of Relax,
and then you and Whitey
like
tighties next to him with the gun holster on it.
Dude, that would be. I don't know if I could do that.
I wouldn't be able to. That would be awful. But you should do it.
True commitment. But yeah, we joked about putting Ori like in the back.
Yeah.
Section off part of.
By the roaster.
Relax. Yeah. Or no, like further back. Like completely unseen. But that's the VIP area. You have to actually pay for that.
Yeah. Oh, people would do that.
8 square foot area.
You see those shorts on Ori? People would do that.
No, I don't think after this one, I think the shorts might be retired.
Oh.
I know.
What is he gonna have like an outfit from wherever he's actually from that's like a Power Ranger suit? Like when he comes down to, it's like like Superman comes down to Earth and he becomes Superman. Like on Krypton, he's just, it's because of the Earth's atmosphere, or the sun, not the Earth's atmosphere, because of the sun, right? So like when Ori comes down to Earth, he gets that suit and the yellow shorts. So in the third one, you go to him, his planet or realm or dimension.
You might be touching on some things, Tom. Maybe.
I like touching on things, yeah.
This is all for the fan theories.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. This is fantastic. What's the song going to be for the third one? Are you guys going to write something new, or are you going to...
I've thought about... It would definitely have to be something different.
Yeah. I've
thought about that, or it's not actually a song, and it is more just a score.
Yeah.
So it's like flipped, where it's like I'm treating it more like a movie.
Yeah.
And I've toyed with the idea of, for the first time, introducing dialogue.
Okay. That would be sick.
While still like sprinkling in the melodies and the themes. And
I mean, you could
like, I don't know,
score it out and then also get like some opera singer or something like that to sing like Algebra lyrics over it, because it's, action epic, like for some of them, like the really intense action parts.
Yeah. I feel like the third one, because it's action, would have to have more like sound design elements and like hits and things like that, probably.
Yeah.
Like how John Wick Matrix.
Yeah.
Can we go with that? Really? Right. But if an idea comes along, like I don't know what it would even be called.
Yeah.
Algebra 3. Class no one's ever been to. I don't know.
Brilliant.
I toyed with, even with this one, what to even call the thing.
Yeah.
I'd looked up so many math terms, but I was like, Algebra 2 just makes it's the least confusing.
Trigonometry.
But at this point, it's like there is a disconnect, but also the themes of the first one are still in this one. Like the song being about
math,
like potential simulation theory, or like what is real, what is not. And this dude's like delusion and distortion of reality.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what's real, what's not.
Right.
So the theme still carries through.
Yeah.
And that would probably still continue to carry it through a little bit through the third one. Yeah. There are ideas. I do have the opening sequence for the third one.
Really? Or like
it's
written
like
down?
It's like storyboarded out. Like, okay, this is like the first
snap. Okay.
30 seconds of this.
Yeah.
So I have started working on it.
Man, you're gonna have to show me that
obsession
at some point in
continues.
time. After this.
It's in my car. I can show you.
Yes, I need to see that.
Right.
I have to know. I have to know.
Just skip the second one.
Yeah.
Just wait.
No.
7 years and watch the third one.
Yeah, there you go.
Skip this one.
Yeah.
That's fine.
No, this one it'll at least be like 3.5 years for this next one.
I don't think so.
This one's gonna get Algebra 2 is gonna get popular.
I think it's
enough that you're going to be able to put.
It is a lovely thought
into Algebra 3.
It's a love.
And
I mean,
it's
obviously
going to pop off. You heard it here first. Pop off.
That would be great.
And because I want Algebra 3, because it's ludicrous, and I need to see Ripped Lee and Ripped Ori battling it out on whatever plane or dimension or space.
It's at least going to take another
Not
2
if you
years
make enough money to get a personal trainer,
dietitian,
and
personal
dietitian, personal chef. It'd be like a year tops.
A year with no money.
Yeah.
That's not
tops.
You can do that.
Tops.
Yeah.
What are you? Are you pathetic or something?
No, it'll probably take the next 10 years.
Yeah, whatever. We'll get
for
there.
another 6 minutes. No.
Holy crap! 7 years for 6 minutes.
That's like a 30 Seconds to Mars cover band. I don't 7 years for 6 minutes. I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. I'm excited. So
I'll continue to be obsessed with it.
I'm glad.
As insane
I'm here
as it
for
is.
it. No, not
As
at all.
I'm insane.
I'm absolutely here for it. It's I'm very excited for Friday. I got the tinglies in my gut.
No butterflies. Just fluttering around,
scraping their way out.
That is a visual.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
That's some A24 type.
I don't know what that means.
Like the studio just makes like weird movies. Like
is that
like
that one video that you showed me of the amorphous blob pink thing dancing around and wrecking the city?
No, but that is also great. No one's gonna understand.
Nope, that video is amazing.
Because I can't tell you who it's by. I can't tell you the name of the song. I can just tell you some dude turns into an airplane.
Yeah.
And I don't think that gets you any closer to Google, like YouTube.
It's
finding
brilliant. Pink.
Man, people are not going to know what the hell we're talking about. The past like 45 minutes, being like,
that was
this
the last
dude is
episode
not
as well.
articulate.
That was the last episode as well. So I mean, if people are still listening to this podcast
that's your
at
voice.
this point in time,
that's your voice.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's true. Nobody ever knows what I'm talking about.
I feel the same way. I feel like every time I open my mouth, it's like, could you just stick to one thing and talk about that?
Mm-hmm. My expression levels, I have a low expression level. I haven't spent the experience points to bring it up.
Gonna go back to the shopkeep.
Yeah.
Spend your XP.
I need some expression, boss.
Out of nowhere. But we should try and play D&D sometime. I've still wanted to try.
You need to...
You're like, you need to come over every Tuesday, we have a dungeon master. I'm the dungeon master.
Unfortunately, we were getting together every week over my cousin's house, and we don't play D&D. We play a hybrid version of White Wolf, which is
maybe you were telling me about that.
Yeah, we've had this conversation before, I swear.
At least 8 times.
At least 8 times. But yeah, you need to come over sometime. It's a blast. It's a lot of fun. It's I would actually like to get you into a game setting that's a little more serious and focused, because I think you join with my family. It's mostly just us hanging out and some playing.
Oh, word.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like we're just BSing and like we make dinner, hang out, and then if we get somewhere with it, we get somewhere with it. But we're actively playing, but it's mostly just us like. You know, it's more of a, like I said, hanging out and some playing. But it would be interesting to have you in a setting where it's like some people that are a lot more focused and
maybe I'll host something at my house.
That'd be tight.
And then have some people over.
It'd be fun. I'd love it. We need Michael Barnes. Dude,
he would be great.
I've gamed with him before.
Really?
One of the funnest sessions I've gamed.
I can absolutely
Michael
see
Barnes
that.
rules at
See the dungeon
GMing.
master?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
dude,
absolutely.
I can see it.
He usually
I can see him also being like
notes.
So funny,
he
but
like has
also
a notebook
no nonsense
full of notes and like oh dude.
It's like, Lee, shut up.
Yeah, dude, Michael Barnes is the best to game with. Like.
Sick.
Yeah, I love my family. It's a lot of fun with them. It's who I've been playing with them since I was like 9, like White Wolf and stuff like that. But
word.
Michael Barnes takes it to a different level. You know how I was telling you about like I
can already see it.
Right, I get to that point of like being in a band where I'm like, no, like we need to be doing something productive, hyper focused. Let's go, and I kind of like ruin the vibe a lot of times because of that. Michael Barnes takes that and actually perpetuates it in a fun, healthy way, and like,
nice.
Yo, we're doing stuff. We're getting somewhere with this campaign. I've got ideas, and we're moving it along. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That's sick.
Yeah, I miss when he lived in town gaming with him. That was a lot of fun. But anyway, yeah. Need to get Michael Barnes and oh, dude, you, Ori, Michael Barnes, Eric,
Alex,
yeah, and dude, that would be so much fun.
Could happen.
Holy crap. Holy crap, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Somehow,
Table
some way.
that.
Michael Barnes, if you hear this somehow, some way. I doubt it. Seriously doubt it. But if you do, message Lee.
Someday.
Message Lee.
It'll happen someday.
Let's make this happen. We could do it in the garage in your studio area. because that would be tight. It's the perfect setting for that.
I had thought about for when I first got my house to turn my dining room into a game room where it was like fully rigged, like to a stupid degree.
Yes. No, you? Never.
like turning into like one of those Stream Deck like button command controllers where like each one is like a section of like a forest, and you would press like a button and the lights would turn green. The displays would like show a forest. It would trigger like ambient forest sounds. I've been wanting to do this for the past.
You already have that pretty much set up.
I've been wanting to do this for like 3 or 4 years now.
Yo,
dude, it would be a total environment.
That would be so much fun.
I know, dude. That big ass table I have now?
Yeah. It's perfect.
Dude,
the setup. You already have the setup for that. Yes, 1,000 times yes.
That would be so sick.
That would be so sick. And then we could live stream it too if we wanted to. Like,
yes,
dude, yes.
Keep it rolling.
Holy crap.
Branding.
Holy crap.
We need logos. We need a website. We need a dedicated YouTube channel.
We need a constant rotation of semi-celebrities and or personalities to come through and guest spot. We need a theme song. We need...
Absolutely.
Hell, we could even have a live band for it. That's just improving over every section of gameplay as you hit a button. It's like, we're going in this space, improv this type of feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you seen the video of the people playing like Mario Kart in the bar and there's like a jazz band that's playing the Mario?
No. Oh, that's brilliant.
Dude, it's so good.
Oh, that's brilliant. I love that.
I want to be there. Yeah. And like when someone gets a star.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, they play
just like in double time.
Oh, it's so good.
That's sick. Oh, that's a great idea.
I know.
I want to see that.
I want more of that.
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, right here, right now,
dude.
Huh? Hit me.
That, but Smash Bros.
Yeah, dude. I was telling you about. I want to do.
I feel like the Afronauts can handle this.
So bad.
The Afronauts.
Yes. Yeah.
We need to have a Smash tournament.
Yeah, Von Dune.
You guys are going to learn all the songs.
He does like tournaments. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does game tournaments anyway. So like,
he totally does.
Yeah, dude.
All right,
Smash.
Afronauts.
I almost said Smash Mouth. Super Smash Bros.
You're stuck in Scotland over there. I know
Smash Mouth is just a pop alternative adjacent to ska. I mean, kind of is actually.
That does.
Smash Brothers.
That's one of those stupid polarizing questions. Is Smash Mouth ska? That is truly insane.
What do the kids say? Hot take. Smash Mouth is just an alternative ska band.
Agree to disagree. Maybe. Who knows?
I like the way that feels.
It does kind of feel right, though.
It does.
It sounds good.
It makes you sound like you. It makes Smash Mouth sound smarter than it is.
Somehow in a ska context. I
don't know. Yep.
All
anyway,
right.
Super Smash Bros. Tournament, Afronauts live jamming.
Dude, that would be so good.
Yeah. Let's make it happen. That would be amazing.
Dude, if that isn't viral potential right there.
You would think.
Make it happen.
There needs to be a live interactive aspect to it as well. Like anytime somebody like gets us like you know, if some
like Guitar
if, like,
Hero,
Ness,
and whenever the user messes up, they have to mess.
That too, but I was thinking of like if Ness gets like hits somebody with a baseball bat and gets a home run, knocks him out. Like there's some kind of like live explosion aspect in real life, or not like something pops or something like pops out. Or
dude, he could have a sample pad.
Yeah.
Like when they go off screen, there's that delayed like.
Right. T-shirt cannons. Shoot across there.
I like where this is going. More T-shirt cannons. I've been saying this for years.
Yeah, dude.
You can ask Jake. I've been saying. I think I said it to you.
Oh,
it's
I
like
know you
Dive
have.
Bomb needs
T-shirt cannons. Yeah, you had that. Yeah.
T-shirt cannons.
Yeah, we royally screwed
the
up.
The hardcore scene.
Yeah.
Needs T-shirt cannons.
I completely agree.
If not, slingshots.
Okay.
I'm just going to start bringing slingshots to shows. I'm going to be the slingshot guy.
Picks, and it's just like wedges in somebody's forehead.
I'm going to bring my own merch for my own band to shows.
I just start slingshotting that. I mean, hey, that's good PR. Great marketing. T-shirt cannon for the premiere this Friday then. Are you going to make T-shirts with you should make T-shirts with the movie poster on it.
People want that?
I would wear that. I would love that. With the movie poster on it, that'd be dope. I would totally.
If I can think of like a design that feels...
Movie poster. I just said it, Lee.
Yeah, but...
I mean, it'd be an expensive ass shirt, but like...
It would be... Within a week... Full color,
Jake.
Week, full...
Jake starts twitching. He hasn't even heard. Just something in him just starts twitching.
Yeah, his spidey senses. I feel like someone wants a ridiculous order somewhere.
Dude, movie poster.
I had thought about printing off like 11 by 17s, but I'm like, again, it's like you can spend money on stuff, but it's like you don't know if anyone's actually going to...
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like, who would actually... I know, like, I'm hanging this stuff in my house, but who is...
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I think it's cool, but I get it. Like,
yeah. You just never know.
Algebra 2. Ori's face in the cereal.
No one knows about that. Well, it's hinted at.
It's hinted at in the trailer.
Yeah, little. Yeah.
Sorry, that's why I thought it was.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Nobody said anything.
That would be a great shirt.
Right.
If someone has gotten this far,
you in the white
and
tighties,
they hear that, then they deserve to know.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, absolutely. What time is it?
If you've gotten this far,
how long have we been doing this?
It's you been got like, a little tidbit.
Holy crap! It's almost
of 7 o'clock.
Wow, it's almost 7 o'clock. Good job, everybody.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's 6:50.
Nice.
Yeah. Algebra
2, February 9th. Available to stream everywhere. It's going to be on YouTube, Facebook. Watch it.
You could do.
Let me know how much you hate it.
You could do the ripoff, a ripoff design, parody design of oh shoot, what's the Quentin Tarantino? No, Quentin Tarantino movie with Samuel L. Jackson and what's his face? John Travolta. No, it's not Travolta. Who is that?
Oh, Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction, yeah. But you and Alex dressed up in as in your cop uniforms with the guns.
I could see it.
Yeah. That would be nice.
That would be nice.
That would be nice. Alex vaping.
That would actually be really great.
Oh man.
Yep, I can see it.
Heck yeah. Yeah. This feels natural. Anything else?
This feels natural. I couldn't agree more, Tom. I couldn't agree more.
Anything else you got for the people? Where can they find you? What's your Instagrams and socials? And
Instagram company page is @Potent Studios.
Yo.
My personal page is @the MC for Macintosh.
Also, rapper, MC.
There is some archival
I've heard it. I was a part of it. That jolt.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
Holy goodness.
Uh-huh.
Man, this
dude.
rabbit hole never ends.
Never ends. Maybe one day we'll put that out. Probably not, though. That's embarrassing. My verse is amazing and flawless, but
of course.
Whatever,
To be expected.
Yeah, it's you know me, you love me.
You do.
You see my downstairs mix up. I'm old Greg.
Classic.
Classic.
But
yeah.
Find me on there. I hope to do hopefully people like this, and then I want to do more like short film stuff.
Yeah.
Just more stories just for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
And like I want stuff to exist.
Yeah. That's in my head. That should exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still serious. I want to try acting sometime. I want to get on something.
Dude, let's do it.
I've always wanted to try it. I don't know if I can do it, but I want to try it.
I
Yeah.
I absolutely think you can.
Yeah, it would be a lot of fun. So,
all right, I'm going to write something.
Yeah.
I'm going to come up with something. We're
Please.
going to do it.
I would very much be.
Because that's why I'm doing any of this.
Yeah,
It's
right.
just to continue to just make cool stuff.
Yeah.
Because
So give
like,
Lee
for
your
the
money
studio,
so he could do more cool stuff. Share. No, seriously though. I'm talking to you, viewers at home. Share the hell out of this so Lee can make money and do more cool things.
Oh, this will make $0.
I disagree. I disagree. I
Dude,
think it's good enough
it would need
too.
to get like
I disagree.
to make like $1,000.
I know it's absurd, the numbers.
This would
but-
probably need like 10 million views.
Well, that's a start. That's a start.
Which sounds like the end
Uh-huh.
rather than a start.
Well, you
Dude, the
gotta
ceiling
start
is so high.
somewhere.
But that's like the main reason
Yeah.
like the studio space or anything is like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm going to try and just gather as many tools.
Yeah.
And then it comes down to just time and effort.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just want to keep making more stuff like this.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, if you do like it, support it, then I
Can do
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
more. Freely.
motivates me a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Seriously. Give him your money.
And yeah, for future projects, I'll probably source more like
Me?
people around here, like actors. So if
Yeah.
people like want to help with a
If
future
there's
project,
actual real actors that would like to act, besides just
like
me.
Tom,
Yeah.
the thespian that he is.
To act or not to act. That's the acting of the action.
We're gonna come up with something.
We're doing it.
Yeah,
Let's make it happen.
If anything else, like
Let's
we
make
could
it
do a
happen.
sketch. That was the other thing I did want to mention. Sorry, I got a little
Yeah.
little plosive
Oh yeah,
there.
because you actually released that finally.
Yeah, me
Uh-huh.
and Nate.
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
keep doing more sketches,
Yeah.
whether it's comedic or dramatic, whatever.
Mhm. Like
They're
that
mostly
horror,
comedic.
That horror film idea sketch that you guys had.
Oh yeah, I
the
forgot
camera
about that.
shot above
Dude,
the
we just had like an interval harmony just now. I don't know if I imagined it. Anyway, my brain latched on to like
What else?
we like harmonized for like a quick sec.
That was great.
But
Yeah.
yes, shout out to Nate Stalky,
Yo.
genius,
Yeah, he's
actor,
he's
improviser, probably one of the funniest people I know.
Yeah.
Go follow him.
Yeah.
Because he is so good.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's a legend. But we have a few more things like in the pipeline. So there's at least there's like a series of videos that's probably like 9. And he just plays this old guy that rants about like the insane things he got into when he was young. And this man has gotten into anything. From like boxing, coaching Muhammad Ali to like NASCAR to like inventing the Apple computer to like, I'm not doing it justice.
Okay.
It is so funny and ridiculous. That's going to be coming out.
Good. You have
I think
you
we're
have
gonna-
some of these filmed already?
They're all filmed.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And edited.
Oh.
But it is the first project. Man, I don't know if we got to
Who
get out
cares?
here.
I don't care. People
But
listen.
I did find a use for AI
Okay.
with this one. So we're going to use it to basically like come up with pictures, like old pictures that where he like got into stuff.
Yeah.
So probably this week or next week, I'm actually going to dive into creating like AI models based on like Nate's likeness.
Sick.
So I can put in like 1970s photo with Nate, pit crew for NASCAR or whatever. And
just rewriting history.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
have I showed you that at all?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
After this, I'm going to show you that because it's so good.
Cool.
And there's probably like 9 of those.
Okay.
The whole thing, impressively, together, it's like 21 minutes. It is an episode. And surprisingly, everyone I've showed it to, it's held their attention for like the entire 21 minutes.
Okay.
And it's all just Nate with a Snapchat filter that makes him look old. And this is why I can't hype up enough about how good of an improviser and just character. Like you can tell him to come up with a character on the spot and it'll be good.
Huh.
Even like an accent he's never done.
Yeah.
He'll be like, I've never tried that before. And he like nails it.
That's amazing.
So like it is so funny for 21 minutes straight. That's like we have to cut this into pieces.
Yeah. That's great.
So we
release them like how all the kids are releasing albums now. Just like an episode every like what I think
pretty
the
much,
metric's like 6 weeks or something like that. You release something and hype it up for 6 weeks and then release the next one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll pretty much do like TikTok part 1, part 2, part 3.
Yeah.
I could go into that whole thing.
Yeah.
More because we did just sat down for an afternoon like 2 years ago now, which is also crazy.
Yeah.
And he just ranted for like 40 minutes straight. I kind of acted as an interviewer, like off screen to prompt. I did like 2% of it.
Yeah.
And he just went, and then we went through and reorganized all the shit he said to make it sort of make sense.
Okay.
Like chronologically, as far as like how old his character would be, or like how things. I feel like once you see them all together, you'd be like,
"What?"
It's so ridiculous.
That's amazing.
But it's so
good. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to. I'm really glad you guys are starting to put more stuff out,
dude. With that. This year, that's one of the main things I want to do is like stuff I've held on for, like the one sketch we just released with Nate.
Yeah. You've been showing
that
me
was
that
2
for
years
a while.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just need to kick stuff out the door.
Yeah. Kick the
baby
I'm excited
out. For.
It's old enough. Live on your own.
Ka-chow.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, this feels natural.
I need shirts of your face. It's just that this feels natural. That's all it is. I will buy that shirt.
Jake. I'm down.
His spidey senses again.
Ridiculous merch orders.
I can see him actually now. He's like pulling screens. He's like, Tom? Shakes it off. Goes back to.
That would. Yep. Oh, poor guy. Anyway, this has been another episode of the Open Mic Podcast with me, your host, Tom Hirst, brought to you by Newsroom After Hours, Richland Source, sponsored by Potent Studios, not really, but really, but you know, we love them. Two Cousins Pizza and Henry Screen Printing. A Brass House Boardroom. I'm gonna start saying that one now because I love Brennan and Libby. They're what they're doing is real cool over there. Yeah,
so sick.
Very excited about that. So yeah, Brass House Boardroom. What the hell did I just say?
Brass House Boardroom. Come on down to the
Brass House Boardroom.
Nailed it.
You guys are sponsoring the podcast now. I decided. You will not give me
You should
anything.
have them on though.
Yeah,
if you haven't already.
I tried to a couple weeks ago. Schedules didn't line up, so I was going to talk to you about possibly.
Actually, you weren't supposed to be here. It was supposed to be them.
I really didn't want to talk to you tonight. I wanted to talk to Brennan, but you know,
this'll do.
But no, I was actually going to ask you if I could borrow the tentacles. Whatever
The
that
viewer's really going to be confused about that one.
I know.
Lee, I need a...
Can I borrow your tentacles?
For the viewer at home, it's a brand of equipment used for syncing up time code from multiple cameras.
Yeah. But also just because I want to
It's not what you
record it.
I mean, it's not what you think.
Going down to the boardroom and filming it and recording him and just doing an interview there since he's super busy with all the business stuff. I was like, it'd probably be easier if I just go to him instead of trying to get him to come here and just record it on the iPhone. But yeah. If you got any ideas for that, let me know.
Or whenever you do it, let me know and maybe I can just film it.
That would be fun. Huh? Yeah, I was thinking... I actually wanted to get your opinion on
because I have a couple of lapel mics. You can that'd probably be the way to do it.
Yeah. Trying to do more cultural stuff locally.
That'd be cool.
Because the podcast has been music.
Dude, we could do that.
It's kind of like cultural, though, you know?
What we could do is we could do that. And then we could do the same thing. Like you and I go to, I'll just film it.
Yeah.
Go to like Liberty Park and they can talk about the features they're building. And I'll film it. Sick. You can interview them.
Let's be like a free promo for them and also like cool, positive content for us.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be sick.
Let's do it.
That's a great idea.
All right.
Yo.
Tanner, Gage.
What's up?
Brass House.
Brennan. Libby.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Let's shoot something.
Let's make it happen. Dope. Anyway, Mansfield, Ohio is the greatest city in the continental U.S. Peace.
Bye. This feels natural.